Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and I'm going to be doing your reading for the week of March 27th, so going from Sunday, March 27th through Saturday, April 2nd. So anyway, let me drop the camera down and get started. Okay, so first I have something for you. When I was doing the oh my goodness, the astrology reading for the week, I I remembered this quote, but I didn't get it exactly right. So I decided to look up where I had written it down in one of my journals and typed it out here for you. So you can screenshot this. So it's basically from the Showtime series Kidding. And this is so helpful for us whenever we're going through something. We really do need to name like what it means for each one of us. And then there's this scene in the one episode. I can't remember which episode it was. I can't even remember which. It's something to Google, but maybe you've already seen the series. So, but anyhow, your scars don't mean you're broken. It's proof you are healed. There, let me get it closer. There, screenshot that if you want. Okay, so that was my little surprise, and I'm going to use the just a Radiant Rider-Waite. Whoops, but I do need actually to say a little prayer first. So my intention is to understand, to get to the truth for this week, to help us, and I'm allowing for reversals, to help us for the week of March 27th through April 2nd. To help us understand, to help you guys understand what it is that you need and what you can do by, using the opportunities of all the energies of, whatever's coming in for the week, astrologically and otherwise into your life. What you can do in order to remain in your center, come back home to yourself, activate your real self, and live more of your life just coming right from that, the center of your inner being. Okay, so I'll do two, of course, as usual, 2 cards for each day. And we'll go Sunday through Saturday. And then stick around because I have a new Oracle deck too. I'll do that at the end. Okay, so let me take the 2 off the bottom, and then we'll go, let's see if I can maybe move them all up so I can just leave them there since these cards are smaller. Okay, so Sunday the 27th. Woo! Yay! What a perfect card for Sunday. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. So here's Sunday. Monday, March 28th. Let's see. Tuesday is here. And here. Yeah. I like those cards together, actually. Wednesday. Okay. Thursday feels like it's up here somewhere. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. Friday. And Saturday. Okay. All right. Okay, good enough. I just need a chopstick. Oh, there we are. Okay. So Okay, so with Sunday being, we have the sun and we have, I love it. We have the sun and we have the Nine of Cups. So the sun, of course, is ruled by the sun. It's about our vitality. It's about our life force. It's about just like I was asking for coming back to our inner center. Well, our inner center is actually within the nucleus of every cell in our body. So you can't, I mean, you could, some people identify that way with just coming like back to your core, like right in your third chakra in your center. You can do that, whatever meditation, whatever grounding technique, whatever, spiritual ritual you do in order to get really grounded and centered into yourself. Myself, I just take a lot of deep breaths and gently, exhale. Unless I'm feeling kind of frustrated, like if I've just done a political reading that was particularly challenging, then I'll just, like, so whatever works for you in the moment, but then at some point, the gentle, deep inhale and the gentle exhale, that's what grounds me. But you guys try it, see what works for you. Try it different ways. And also try it like with just breathing through your nose and exhaling through your mouth, or breathing through your mouth and exhaling through your mouth. Whatever works for you, just try out different techniques and see which helps you feel more. The clue that you'll be doing it right is that you will feel more in your body than ever before. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if you're in any pain, the only way to heal it is to go there and be with the pain. Then again, if you've had surgery or something and you're recuperating, that's a different thing. But the little aches and pains and the challenges that we have, our life is meant to be healed through the body. So I always thought that that's what they meant when they were talking about the Holy Grail, It's like, I think it's the body, you guys. You're looking for a cup somewhere, but it's in the body. Holy Grail is our body. That's how I always felt. So anyway, back to the cards. The nucleus, inside the nucleus of every cell in our body lives the divine spark. And it renews. That's why we have the little boy here. It regenerates and it renews. This to me is this big flag here. The big ribbon is about the life force. The sun itself is the life force. We have sunflowers that are some of the most amazing flowers on the planet. With all the seeds. You can live. You can probably just about live on them if you had to for a while. You need your veggies and fruits too, though. But for protein, that might be enough. Might not be fun if that's the only thing you have. You have to work to get all those little seeds open, right? Unless you buy them already hulled. But anyway, man, do I digress. Squirrel. That reminds me. We're gonna have. I'm gonna have Danny Shea on my channel. We're gonna do a live together once a month, and next month is my month, and it's Monday. Yeah, Monday, April 4th. I'm pretty sure Monday, April 4th. Is that it? Let's see. Let me make sure it comes out on the 4th. It is. Yeah, Monday, April 4th. And it'll be at 10 a.m. Every time I think of squirrel, I think of him because, he's the one that started saying that. It's like the way we get distracted, right? Squirrel. So anyway, come join us and ask him whatever questions you guys have. Ask us both the questions. So, okay. The sun, the life force, the vitality, the happiness that's in the universe, completely flowing through every cell of our bodies as much as we will allow it to, is what brings our fulfillment. And going back to the creativity, your creative child self, and remembering how, at least you had some happy childhood times, happy times in your childhood. Go back to those happy moments. Whether it was hanging out and playing with your friends, because this is a very playful card. Uh, I mean, it's especially when it's upright, even reversed, it's hard to make it terrible unless you have a lot of negative cards around it. But we have positive cards here, and so for Sunday, I'm betting that this will be one of those days that you wake up and everything's happy, or you're at least feeling really happy, and you want to have some fun. It's a card of having fun. It's about all things positive, strong vitality in our bodies. It's a card of success if you're moving towards, something that you want. And with the see the Jupiters, and I think of four. With the Nine of Cups, Jupiter in Pisces is bliss. The Nine of Cups is like our wish fulfilled card. It has, it can be food, drink, happiness. It can be the satisfied business card. It's with Jupiter, it's expansion, and then with Pisces, it's compassion and bliss and just so much happiness. It's a card of being majorly, being very comfortable. It's a little like the. Do I have it here this time? No, it's a little like the Nine of Pentacles, our luxury card, and being very comfortable. But that one is more on all of the material levels. This one is on the relationship level. This is definitely, the Sun is definitely a relationship card. It's the highest energy card in the deck. The second highest energy card is the Ace of Wands. At least that's the way I learned tarot back in the day. It's just, I feel like it's just being very satisfied and happy. And what a way to start the week. That's great. Now, with Monday, we have, like you can see here, we have the Chariot. It's ruled by Cancer. It's very movement-oriented cardinal energy that wants to, go somewhere and get something done. It's often my travel card, vehicle card. The thing with the Chariot is that we want to make sure we're coming from our center, from our inner being, and moving forward in a very, straightforward, balanced way instead of, being torn in two directions. Because it came through upright, I don't see any problems. It's just if you're having to travel a lot, or when you get to work, driving to work Monday morning, just be careful not to go too fast. Sometimes this card comes through to be careful of speed traps, like the man's hiding hiding out. Oh my God. I don't know, what state you're in, but in Oregon, it's like they can be just about in anything, and they're not black and white, they're darker colors and with nothing bright on them. They can just, they pull out of nowhere. But it's on the personal levels, this is a card of control, like controlling ourselves. It's a card of great success. Both of these cards are like the successful victory type of cards. And they're about, positive self-assertion and going in a certain direction because this is the way you want to go. But combined with the Eight of Cups reversed, this card is Saturn in Pisces. And when it's straight up, it's my walking away from victimhood. Saturn in Pisces can be, victimization. You have to be anyone born in that generation, like the mid-60s. And yeah, I'm thinking, well, I'd have to look back, but I'm pretty sure it's like, 64, 65. There's 2.5 years that Saturn was in the sign of Pisces. So there's a lot of our population that has really learned healthy boundaries, and they've overcome being victimized and being put down or being caught up in emotional situations that waste your energy and suck you dry. So, when it's straight up, this card has to do with you're done with something and you're walking away. It might be quite a climb to get over that mountain, but we've got the red cape here to remind us this is about our life force, and the red shoes, the life force that has to go in a certain direction, or it's just going to die. It's just going to. These people, the Saturn and Pisces generation, those people, not a whole generation, but those born with during that 2.5 year span. My goodness, they're so good usually at getting out of. They've got a fine-tuned sensitivity to understand people who are like energy vampires. And because they've gone through it and they've learned how to disengage and literally take self-responsibility and go their own way. To me, all of the eights are very powerful. So they're, has to do with power. So these are powerful psychic faculties that helps us to, to do that, to walk away. But it came through reversed. So this combination here, to me, makes me feel like you're going to have to determine the right way to go. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck in something that is very hard to get out of. And it could be a speed trap, like I was saying before, because, if you get pulled over, that's the thing is, it sucks, man, because I've been speeding before where I didn't even notice that, especially when you have like a new car and you're not used to the way it feels, you can end up going a lot faster than you realize. And then you look down at the speedometer and you go, oh, whoa, right? So that's the thing is the sad thing is, if you are late and you're rushing and you're driving quickly to get somewhere and you get pulled over, it's going to take you so much longer to wait. And like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in this situation, but in Southern California, I remember getting pulled over once where this highway patrol pulled over like 4 of us all at the same time. I don't know how he maneuvered that one, but it was just kind of like he just kind of herded us all over together. And of course I was the last one and I had to wait. It took me I think I lost an hour and a half at that point because, it took all the time to go through the other ones first. I was like, okay, never doing that again. Never speeding in this area again. Oh, it's like on the 210 freeway going towards Pasadena. But anyway, squirrel, I digress. Let's see, what else could this be for some of you? With the Eight of Cups reversed, some of the other meanings have to do with feeling hopeless. And yeah, if you get pulled over, you might feel hopeless for a little while. It's like, oh no, not another ticket. They're so expensive, right? If it has nothing to do with traveling or your vehicle, this could be that you have a certain direction that you want to go, or this could be a controlling family member that has you feeling a little hopeless. Like, what if you're taking care of an elderly relative, parent or other elderly relative, and they're kind of controlling, right? And because they know how to work you. They know your buttons. Maybe they do. Or it could just be this thing that happens where one person's unconscious can activate another person's, subconscious, unconscious, subconscious, right? And no one can do it better than our family members or people that we love. So, this card is very directionally focused. But this card has us feeling a little, like we need to walk away, but we haven't done it yet, right? Then again, on these two levels, these two cards together on this level, I feel like this could be that you don't want to abandon someone that needs you. You don't want to just walk away because it's not the right thing to do, and you're determined to do the right thing. So this could be, anything to do with like setting up your work week. It could be like, no, I'm gonna stay and focused in the direction I want to go, and I'm determined. And so then it's not a bad thing at all, right? Because sometimes when when the Eight of Cups is upright, sometimes it's like trying to escape. Like if it came through this way, I would probably be warning some of you guys to be careful running away from responsibilities. But generally this is my, you've done all you can card and you have to walk away. But that's not always the case. You have to feel into it for yourself. And because, whatever it is, we're not done until we're done. And it's not appropriate to push ourselves in a different direction than what we're feeling. Unless it's hurting ourselves, unless this is like but I'd have to have different cards here. Like if this were the King of Wands reversed, with this card, I would say, you're dealing with an abuser. Or King of Swords reversed, I would say you're dealing with even a King of Pentacles. Basically, any of the kings reversed, I would say, get away from this person. You need to escape. But that's not what came through. This has to do with focusing on the direction, staying very balanced and centered, and don't give up. Don't feel pessimistic. Don't feel hopeless, right? And just hang in there. Stay determined. Cancers are very, very good for being tenacious. Okay, so Tuesday, we have the moon in Cancer. Well, we don't actually. I can't remember what's... I'd have to go back to the astrology reading, except for I do remember the moon went from Sag all the way through to Aries into the Aries new moon for the week. So I'm thinking actually around in here we've got the moon in Capricorn. But this card is ruled by Cancer, and it's ruled by the moon in Cancer. And with the Four of Cups, that can be a little apathetic, but it can also be not taking an offer, not taking an emotional, what's the word, like, seduction, like an influence to fight. Because the Five of Swords is all about this need to win, like a ridiculous winner versus loser. It's my card for a deep inner conflict. You can see the image. This guy literally has all the swords, and they're walking away, but does he have any friends? I mean, it even reminds me of Donald Trump with the weird hair, because it's just a guy with blonde hair blowing in the wind, but I don't think he has any real friends. I think, he's a good example of what it's like to be, a psychopath, where you have people that you can have power over, but they don't really love you, and you don't really love them because you don't know how. So this is that place where we're learning how to relate and to not close our hearts off. And the only way to be cruel and close our hearts off is to be numb, and that's why these cards go so well together. So this is a lesson here for all of us about, go to your feelings, go deep down inside and try and figure out what it is that you really want and nurture that. Nurture your feelings. Even if you have to go through tons of emotional reaction until and especially clearing out this deep inner conflict, a dualistic conflict that has to do with if I'm bad, I'm wrong, or if I'm wrong, no one will love me, or I have to be right in order to have approval, or I have to do certain things in order for people to love me, or I have to submit. I have to submit in order to be loved. have to submit in order to be safe, right? Like these guys are kind of submitting and walking away. Think about what it is that holds whatever problem in place. Because, tracking a pattern can help free yourself from it. But, generally with the Five of Swords, and some of this, some of these things could be coming through just about what we'll see on the news, This war in Ukraine has a lot of people having a really hard time having the news on because it's too painful to watch. That I could definitely see with this card, with the Four of Cups. It's a card that, in the best sense, this card is good for self-reflection and meditation and like reevaluating what it is that you really want. Sometimes this card comes through because it's followed, this card follows the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is about, lots of celebration and partying. So if you've drank or ate too much, this card can mean that. It's like, oh, and you're thinking about it, and literally like he's holding his tummy going, okay, I've got to be careful with that one, right? And with the Five of Swords, well, it's conflict at the least. It's, being in a tension field at the least. It can be some kind of a loss. So if there was a lot of partying on Monday night, Tuesday could be not as productive as you want, or at least the morning time, right? Or if you overate, something didn't settle right with your tummy, you might lose, some time over that in the morning, or maybe even throughout the whole day. But hopefully we learn lessons about what to, what to take in and what not to when we go through it. Sometimes the Five of Swords is a betrayal. Usually it's like, trying to win at all costs, and it's, sometimes loss and defeat. But what has been lost up here is the question. And I feel like it's a losing battle to not meditate at least a little bit every day. It's a losing battle it's a losing battle unless we at least self-reflect, at least go on walks and think about what's going on. If you can't sit still and you can't meditate, you close your eyes and your mind goes nuts. Well, that's part of it. At first when we're meditating, we're learning how to meditate. We're meditating to meditate, basically. So don't push that away, because that's it's literally coming from your spirit. Your spirit's always saying, here, I'm right here, I'm right here. I'm right inside of you. Please come inside. This is how you find yourself, right? We don't find ourselves by winning battles. We don't find ourselves, unless you have to stand up for yourself, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing. But I don't have the Seven of Wands up here. I have the Four of Cups, and this is about meditation. Okay, so Wednesday with the Seven of Pentacles, this is a card that brings in the question of, you're evaluating, is this worth all the work? Both of these cards go well together. The Cups and Pentacles all go well together. But the Seven of Pentacles hanging over the Page of Cups is, I think this is about thinking about better ways to create what makes you the most happy. Because the Page of Cups is all about being very sensitive, and it's a very creative card. Very, very creative card. It's often a new beginning. It brings in things that are like divine timing and synchronicity is one of the major themes with this card. And it also has to do with it could be somebody else that brings it to you. It could be a younger person because it's always, the pages are always messengers or often messengers. We have three. Yeah, we have 3 pages. 3 out of the 4 pages. That's not bad. So, this could be a younger person that helps you do something more efficiently and helps you to reevaluate your workflow in a way so that it's more productive. And, Saturn in Taurus is all about being efficient and mastering our finances. Could be a younger person that's wanting money, and then you realize, oh wait, I need to balance my checkbook to even figure out what I can give this person if it's someone in your family, right? Yeah. So let's see. So those are pretty real possibilities there. What else could this 7 of Pentacles? It's usually reevaluating, reassessing, getting inside of what works and what doesn't. It's a card of trying to figure out if you're going to make a profit. This could be new creative ways to increase profits. It's sometimes a card of just needing to persevere, just keep going. It's a card that's very, endurance related. Yeah, but generally, you think about investing your energy, investing your money, investing all that hard work, and what will it bring? And then trying to create better ways to maybe just have more fun with it too. Okay, so then with so Thursday, the Ace of Swords, then you can see it rules all the air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is our card of mental clarity, of yes, you can do it, yes, it's a good idea. And hanging over the 4 of Pentacles, it's about being clear about what you really have. The Sun in Capricorn is frugal, but it doesn't have to be to a fault. Only if it were reversed, I would give it a different spin. On another level, this can be healthy boundaries, emotionally and financially. It's all about, this card to me, this 4 of Pentacles, is all about sustainability and doing whatever you need to do in order to be stable, just to have that stability in your life. And combined with the Ace of Swords, this is a breakthrough. This is your truth, whatever truth is, for you. It's just being really clear with your head, having a clear-headed day. So you could wake up going, oh yeah, I know what to do. And then it's about, because of course with Wednesday, right in the middle of the week, reevaluating something, now you might be figuring out ways to maybe hold back your spending. There's that possibility because maybe you want it to go somewhere else, or maybe you're just wanting more in your savings account so that you feel better. Because this card, this 4 of Pentacles, is all about security and what you do have, right? It's same up here with this 7 of Pentacles. And then Friday, we have the 5 of Wands, and you can see this is, a struggle card, like somebody's trying to be on top. It's Saturn and Leo. It's like mastering, learning how to master, maybe having fun with playful games. It's like kids playing games could be fun, but it did come through reversed. So that brings in that opposite thing of, we don't really need to be we don't need to be in struggle to be seen, right? With the 6 of Wands, 6 of Wands, where we are seen. Jupiter and Leo is we are seen, we are recognized. But this combination here, on a spiritual level, to me, is the message is that if you just our only struggle should be to keep our hearts open. So if you can see yourself, if you can pat yourself on the back, if you can understand all the accomplishments that you have created. All, if you can pat yourself on the back, basically. If you see yourself and you recognize yourself for who you truly are inside, that should be your only struggle. And then it comes from the outside when you're least expecting it, right? But these two together can have us in this place where, some of you could be going through situations where you're feeling like you work, and nobody notices, no one listens. But then maybe later on you realize, oh, they just didn't say anything, right? Because when this card comes to reverse, it can be, well, sometimes it's just that there's an increased focus, because the wands, wands move, or is energy movement, and the wands moving down instead of up, like the wands here are moving up and he's riding through, on his horse. But the wands moving down brings the spiritual energy inside. So this could be a refocusing of our goals, refocusing, energy going into a better direction. Because straight up, it can be like just coming from pride and trying to be on top of things, right? But when it's reversed, it brings the focus more inward. Now, but this combination with the Six of Wands, this is another, victory card, like we had with the Sun and the Chariot earlier in the week. So I feel like it's more about finding your self-confidence, because the Six of Wands can be about your self-confidence, and finding it within. And then all things work out. You have to remember, Saturn and Jupiter are the builders of the zodiac as far as the planets go. So Jupiter opens things up, and Saturn is a bit of our testing ground, and then we go back and forth, stabilizing, integrating and stabilizing. So Friday could be a day for having more self-confidence and more inward focus. And what a great way to, to be with this new moon in Aries coming through. And the new moons are always about setting intentions for something new that you want to experience. So go for it. And it's at 11 degrees Aries. What a powerful number. Yeah. And of course, Aries is ruled by the wands too. Okay. So yeah, Mars and the wands. Then Saturday comes in, and we have the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Now, they're both earth, and then they're the elements. So with the air, just remember with the swords, all the swords have to do with the way we think, have to do with the way we communicate and put ourselves out there and exchange information and connect. Just think like, Gemini, and think Mercury. So there could be some new enthusiastic things that we want to learn about. There could be research and study and talking with people. These two cards are both very student oriented. So if it's not a younger person in your family that is doing a lot of studying and maybe you're helping them, this could be you doing some research and or just talking a lot about, maybe talking to someone else who has done a lot of research, and then you're exchanging in order to create more stability, because with the Page of Pentacles, there's a focus there on being, strong and stable, and there's financial focus too, health and finances. All things of the earth, right? And then all things of the mind. So again, there's probably a lot of talking, at least in the morning. Could be some nervous, mental, energy. But then again, it can also be very, just, not so much mentally restless, but I feel like enthusiastic about getting some new information. And then, of course, combined with the Page of Pentacles, it's about the new information would be about trying to manifest maybe some new job opportunity, maybe figuring out the books for studying or where to get the information online. It could even be a new message about money, because remember, these are both, messengers, as the pages usually are. But yeah, feels like studies, anything to do with money, studies, new opportunities, new job. Yeah, I don't have the Four of Wands, so I wouldn't say it would be like new home. But then again, if you're looking for a new place to move because of, for whatever reason, these two cards would come in as well. So let's see, what was on the bottom? Oh, hey, we have the we have the Lovers. You can see ruled by Gemini, or Mercury in Gemini. We have Venus in Virgo. Then this is our Nine of Pentacles that I was talking about earlier. Didn't know she was hiding under there. So with the Lovers is all about a choice. It's all about an opportunity for a nice, a relationship that's really nice where you can really bond together. But it's just a choice, right? And you need to take your time. It's just an opportunity. It doesn't have to be like a marriage card or a major relationship card. But this combination together here is that there would be this blend of like-minded kindred spirits with this, these two things here together. This could even be relationships of based in charitable, philosophical energies and that high level of consciousness there. Notice how there's the falcon that she's focusing in on there. So it's about focusing in on what works. Venus in Virgo is excellent for divine order and figuring out how to make something work well. It's my luxury card, basically. It's also a card of being really grateful. It's my gratitude card. So this could be about being really grateful for the relationships of, your like-minded friends and loved ones. And maybe this is a relationship. Maybe this is like, oh my goodness, I finally found the one. And then you're so grateful. There's that possibility this week for some of you. But at the least, it would be happy relationships, friends, and lots of exchanging ideas. Yeah. This is also a card of being very stable and self-sufficient and independent financially, of course, right? Yeah. So, awesome there. Okay, let me use this new deck I got, and I did, I broke my own promise to myself saying I'll never do it again. I'm not putting any card fanning powder on these decks and spending all this time. Well, it turns out I did yesterday because I really wanted this deck. I didn't want to, not use it. I wanted to use it. So here it is, and it is this one. I saw Danny Shea use it over on Bathrobe Tarot, and I just loved it. It's a Sacred Earth Oracle. But how a lot of people with, especially men with bigger hands like Danny, they shuffle this way, and it's not so hard. But for me, using a fan, I need it to, flow. I need it to spread, and it was getting stuck all over the place. So I put card fanning powder on it yesterday. You have to do both sides, and you have to rub it in, and you have to rub it all off. It's like basically takes time. It takes time, and then you have to wash towels in really hot water to get it out. And this time I wore a mask, Even though it's supposed to be non-toxic, I still don't think breathing in any powder is healthy. So anyhow, I wore a mask. So what else do we need to know? I think 5 cards. Let's do 5 cards for the rest of the messages. What is it? Oh, here's the first one. Listen. Oh, that sure goes well with that 4 of Cups that we had. Okay, listen. Efficiency. That goes with that 7 of Pentacles. Potential. Ooh. Space. So potential's our theme there. Space. Yeah, we always have to give ourselves space. And then specialization. Ooh. This must, yeah. I normally would spell that with a Z, but so the artist, maybe this deck is from the UK. I like it. Okay, so maybe I should just hold them up so you can see the artwork better. Okay, so this has to do with listening to the inner voice inside, getting really still and quiet. Or maybe it's a walk in nature and listening to the birds. The birds are so active right now. I love it. And then I have this funny flock of geese that flies over every once in a while. I had it like 1:30 in the morning a couple weeks ago, or maybe a few weeks ago. Like woke me up. What the heck? It's like this big old honking, you know. It's crazy. But yeah, I have ducks and geese that fly around. So listening to your inner voice, listening to nature. Maybe it's about listening to others. That's gorgeous. So listening to our inner voice, I feel, is about what helps us to be more efficient. It helps us to find the way. Now, if this is about listening to other people so that we can be more efficient together, you know, like in our teamwork, that makes sense too. So listening to be more efficient opens up potential. Now this would speak to where we're all in those, you know, we're having Neptune and Pisces, and Jupiter conjunct Neptune will be exact on April 12th. That video's in there if you want to watch it. If you can, I think anybody can follow along with astrology the way I read and learn something. But anyway, Jupiter conjunct Neptune in Pisces is just huge for pure potentiality. That is Piscean energy. Opens you up to the expanse of all possibilities. Wow. This has the feel of like the inner child, the creative inner child that comes through for the adult self. It also could be, maybe the message here has to do with not hiding our light. Don't be afraid to shine. Because look at all that sunlight on her throat chakra there and then up through the 6th chakra. Wow. It's maybe coming from the heart and then up. And then I love the grounded, you know, nature. Beautiful. And then space. So giving ourselves space is what is needed, right? We do have to meditate. We do have to give ourselves time. Whenever we're creating something new, we have to put in the time, and we're having to devote ourselves. And then to bring in our special, unique gifts. Let them come from the inside out and just put them out there. Look at that. With all those butterflies, it reminds me of, you know, after being in a cocoon, after the caterpillar just decides, I mean, it does its thing, right? It goes inside, it liquefies. It turns back to just the spiritual essence of whatever, of the caterpillar, that then morphs into, so talk about transformation, right? Morphs into butterflies. Yeah. Reminds me of one of my awesome viewers, butterflies are free. But I see the wisdom of the lilies here. We've got the moon, we have the beautiful rose. The rose is unfolding. The rose is around the heart. Wow. Oh, I love it. Yeah, so give yourself the space. There's pure potential that wants to come out, or the pure potential is there for everything to, who you truly are to emerge. It's not about becoming, it's about clearing anything away from that inner power of who you truly are. And we all have a unique spiritual essence that stays with us, and of course it grows, but it's not like, I've never believed that when we go back home and cross over that we just turn into this, big old primordial, I don't know if you call it primordial, but just, ball of energy being where we forget who we are and we're all just back in that. I don't believe that's how it is at all. I think we each have our own special, unique essence. Otherwise, what's the point? Because that pure potential, that pure spiritual energy that we come from, it doesn't need to purify. It's already pure. It's already 100% bliss, love. It's already all that is. So it's not like it would reincarnate little pieces of itself in order to heal and then come back into this just all big one big nothingness. It's like, no, we split off from that power and we got lost and we have to find ourselves back, but we all have a unique special place in space, maybe. Right? So yeah. Okay, well that's it. I think if I say anything else, I'm just going to be repeating myself, which I've probably already done. But anyway, send you guys lots of love and big hugs, and meanwhile, take good care. Bye.